RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do is LB, aka Lionel Boss, Shuttle with God, the GOAT artist, uppercut season full effect.
Yes.
RingGangRadio.com in the building.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's good, y'all? You know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go.
Hey, Bodega P, straight from the sewer. Except he's not in the sewer tonight. You had a day off. Is that right, Bodega P?
Yeah. We on vacation, so parts unknown.
Parts unknown.
You be telling this nigga the work schedule and shit, bro. Like, hold on.
I mean, everyone knows he keeps the city safe.
They're not gonna find me either way. So don't matter what. And if they do find me, they're gonna run into some uppercuts. So
hey,
okay.
Yeah, P's just like PJ, you know, from parts unknown, you know, except where PJ is kind of cold parts unknown.
Shit, both y'all in some cold parts. All of y'all niggas, actually. I think the only one of y'all got sunshine where y'all at. Pilot.
Yeah, that's Pilot.
It's deceiving. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and speaking of,
still cold as hell. Sunny but cold.
Yeah, and as always, man, we got, last certainly, but at least I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him, tell us where he's from, what he's doing right now.
From Seattle. I'm 32 years old. I like walking. I'm just kidding. It's your boy, Pilot. You know what it is. What's really good? The West Coast Avenger, #1 contender. Preparing for liftoff. You know what the destination is. We're going to Ring Gang Radio, baby.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. He put more flavor into that shit. Flavor in your ear. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I like that word. You know what I'm saying? Pilot, see, soon Pilot's about to take my job. Shit. God damn it.
Nah, man. You got that. You the GOAT, bro.
Appreciate that.
Nah, you got to bench press like 400 before you do that.
I might fail the combine for that, John.
So tonight, obviously we definitely got a boxing poll topic, and I'm pretty sure that will, raise some interesting discussion. But before we get into that, though, we definitely got a movie review. Because, as we know, Ring Gang Radio, we like to dabble in a lot of different things, especially with movies. We watch a lot of movies, man. Some funny, some not so funny. Some violent, some not so violent. You know what I'm saying? So, but
some live motion pictures, some animated.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Word. And if we, and if it evokes a strong reaction after we watch it, then we gotta tell the masses about it. So this one is a recommendation from LB, himself, because he came up, he was telling me about this flick, and I'm like, oh, Paper Tigers, and I saw a trailer, I was like, oh shit, this is dope, and so, he made me look for it, and I found it once it got released, circulated it, and this movie is called, excuse me, I had a burp, The Paper Tigers. It was an interesting movie, and and it was a pretty easy watch. It was like maybe an hour and 50 minutes, give or take.
Yeah.
So it definitely flowed. Once it started, man, like there was nothing to complicate your brain or anything like that. It was a really well done movie. But LB, man, I'm gonna let you start off, since like you're the man that suggested this, man. What were your thoughts on this flick?
I thought it was a great movie. I was been recommending it to people all week, and I was telling them like it's a good. It feels like a perfect Father's Day movie too.
Word.
Like it just has that emotional connection. They modernize a lot of the kung fu themes that we grew up on. The cinematography is dope. The fighting scenes are dope. Like it's real martial arts shit, real kung fu, gung fu. The characters, the acting, all it was like it just had a lot of elements that were just working. They didn't try too hard. The pacing was just right. If you're looking for like a straight over the top martial art film,
That's not it.
you're not gonna get that. But if you're looking for a good martial arts story, this is it. It's probably one of the better martial art movies I've seen. When I say that, when I'm looking at like as far as the culture, not a movie that's just a fighting movie. Like there's plenty of those. You know, you got your own box and protectors and you know all that shit. Yeah, Headshot, the Revenger. You just got a shitload of those type of movies. But a movie that captures the essence of martial art, you only get a few of those every 5-10 years. It's probably the best like authentic martial art movie I've seen since. I'll throw this one out there. I don't know if y'all familiar with Black Belt.
I mean, there's been lots of movies that have black belt in the title, bro.
This is Black Belt. That's what it's called. I believe it is Black Belt. That was a great martial art film, so it threw me back to that. That might be a little better because the martial art was more of a period piece. But the martial arts and the lessons were on point. Basically, in that movie, it was one guy was trying to find out the essence of, I think it was Shotokan karate.
Oh wait a minute, is that the shit? Is that the shit with the ex-cop and shit?
Nah, I think you're talking about Red Belt.
You know, there's like, because I'm just trying to think.
Black Belt was basically the two martial arts. One was everything he was trying to learn everything he was trying to practice was offense, and the other martial artist was a practitioner of defense. And they have, and both of their styles finally clash, and there's a big lesson involved. But that's how that goes. But
that's what I'm saying, because there's plenty of movies that call Black Belt, but you know what? I'm gonna have to go find this. I'm gonna have to find this one out you talked about. That one sounds interesting.
Yo, it is good because it's almost like it's almost, it got that Ken and Ryu feeling, like that training, but one person goes astray and he's on the deep end of martial art. Everything is offense. He wants to beat up people, take over schools. He's like a general. The other guy, he's not trying to fight back. He never throws a punch, but he fucks you up on the fence. So it's real dope, and that impressed me a lot. And Paper Tigers is a movie that it follows that essence, like the culture. Like when I'm telling you, you see how Paper Tigers describe like the Baygon and the Heronins, and like it gets deep, like and that's what I appreciate about the Paper Tigers. They had all the other little elements, like little side stories.
Yeah, like the traditions and stuff like that. Like I didn't think it would be that deep into that, you know, to go into that detail. But as we talked about, like, you know, offline or whatever, I mean, it did a great job of modernizing like the old tropes of the martial art films, like especially, you know, you killed my teacher. Now, like, revenge him.
And just the beginning, man. Like I was getting them damn Ninja Turtle vibes back in the day, like the whole early '90s, where karate was just like and martial arts, which just took over the world. Like
hell yeah,
everybody wanted to do that shit. Had that little Cobra Kai feeling too. So
yeah, I mean, I understand. I know, I definitely did. You know, I did a couple years ago.
You old enough, you know that feeling, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that early '90s feeling.
You know, everything. It's all about the nunchucks or drawing martial art weapons or shit like that. Like,
for real.
Yeah, and it definitely did. And also too, I also like the story. Like another part of the story was like it just like the three main characters. Like somehow for me, it also reminded me of some of the the old movie, The Cripple Avengers. You know, where couple of martial artists, you know, they suffer various disabilities, and then they come together, and you know, it's a very grim movie.
Yeah.
But they come together to work together and to overcome and get revenge. So it also had that feel to me too.
Shit made you want to train the whole balancing and
Yeah, especially, and then also the thing that we also have jokes about the fist push-ups, because there was some people doing that. Like I said, don't sleep on the fist push-ups, man. Fist push-ups is conditioning. Yes, it's good to know how to throw a punch or whatever, but you gotta maximize your power. That's why I do it. That's why my forearms are so brolic. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't sleep on no fist push-ups. You do those, you'll be a superstar. And
all that shit. You just got to practice the technique till it's perfect.
You gotta have the conditioning behind it. See, one day we're gonna have to settle this conditioning versus technique. Someday we'll have to.
I don't know why we can't have both. Like, niggas like he gonna invalidate. Like Pat make a movie. He'll go around the schools and just beat up people and invalidate 400 years of martial arts teachings because the master can't do fucking finger push-ups or some shit.
I mean, shit, that's what Bruce Lee was doing. So,
nah, fuck all that. You had to get this fade. You made me sound like that one dude. Square up, nigga. Come get this fade.
like them cats in Ip Man 4.
Oh man, he's like, you know what? Like, yeah, your techniques look good, but can you do knuckle push-ups? Like, what the fuck? Like, nah. I ain't trying to be the best at working out and doing push-ups. Like, get this fade, bro. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, so speaking of the techniques, though, I like how because usually all the martial art movies have a whole bunch of stunt work in them, like big serious stunt work and everything like that. I like that how it was just the stunt work was the choreography was just simple, like very simple. But it was still powerful. Like you could tell that there was no stuntman or anything like that. Like everyone would look like they really trained hard to actually get these to get their scenes off or whatever. Especially the fight scene in the pool, the empty pool. I think that was an empty pool.
Yeah, that was dope. That whole setup, like, see, that's that '90s vibe. Like, tell me you weren't getting that damn what was that damn Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where he's fighting everybody? He's like a legionnaire.
Oh, Lionheart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the shit right there. And I was definitely feeling the whole sub. And then, I mean, the only thing I wasn't really feeling all that much was like the jokes. I was like, some of the jokes I felt. I mean, I like some jokes worked, some worked, and some didn't work.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Carter was funny. Carter was kind of funny though.
Yeah, Carter was.
Yeah, Carter was. Because Carter was the the white guy that took it. I mean, he was the punching dummy for those three. And
yeah.
Then,
he was a jobber.
He was a jobber.
You got jobbers in every martial art, bro. Boxing, judo, taekwondo. It don't matter. You got a jobber there.
Every sport.
Yeah, and he had a huge chip in his shoulder and everything like that because he's the one that's like, you know what, you guys aren't following the traditions, or I can kick your ass now. Like he was. Yeah.
He would be all overly dressed up, like he really went and got some like the kung fu garments and he got the outfit. Oh shit! Like he do all that shit. Like
yeah, I mean, that dude played his role perfectly. Like And he was Chinese and shit. Yeah.
I don't know why that the white dude's whole demeanor and the whole just screamed like Rob Riggle. I don't know why I was thinking that the whole time. I'm like, Rob Riggle.
Yeah. So Pete, what were your thoughts on this movie, bro?
I really enjoyed it. It was really it was a really fun, dope movie. Like I like how they put a spin on it, with the it was martial arts, but then they took it to where it was kind of some serious, there was some funny stuff, just old man stuff, it was really, really funny. I liked the storyline, the washed up old men getting back to their prime. It was dope. The whole story.
PBC movie or something.
Yeah, the whole story. Or the PBC movies where the PBC fades where the old guys come in and do their thing or just get embarrassed. One of them gets embarrassed, the other one puts up a better fight. So one of them is Areola, the other one
One of them's Areola. Got you, Sora. Who else? We doing Aguilera in there?
Yeah.
Shannon Briggs?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So who could we have like the guy with the bad wheel? Like, I mean, first of all, like his acting was good because when he kicked that bag though and he fell apart, I was like, God damn, that shit looked hurt. Like he made me really believe that shit hurt. I was like, yo, this nigga is frail.
Yeah,
as
that was
hell,
hilarious.
I mean,
the whole scene in the gym was hilarious, man. He wasn't lying though.
And then when he's fighting the dude, and he's just throws him against the wall, like he's not even doing martial arts anymore. He's taking his shirt off, and just kneeing him, and then just throwing him at the wall. I'm like, damn.
They're like, yo, you're doing too much. It's done. You won. He's like, man, fuck that. But you always got like somebody like that in the squad that's gonna just go a little too far. Like, yo, he's done, Pat. You ain't gotta take his lifeless body and toss him across 3 cars. Fuck that. He disrespected gang and
Yo, the black dude though. I mean, he had me wrong because obviously his whole thing was because he'd been doing jiu-jitsu or whatever, so he forgot the gung fu or whatever. So he was just choking niggas out though, like because he forgot how to do all the kata and the forms and shit like that. So he was just like, you know what, now fuck this. I'll take you to the ground. I put you to sleep that way. So I mean, yeah. And then Danny, I think that Danny was the main character. I mean,
Danny 8 hands.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of hurt because he was getting his ass whooped so many times in the beginning. Like it's like, god damn, it's like they made this nigga look weak because in the intro he's like, he was like a champion and stuff like that. In the movie, because he's old and shit like that, he's getting his ass whooped all the time.
That nigga went from like Sugar Ray Leonard to fucking like Splendor, like
Splendor Ray.
Splendor Ray.
Sweet and Low Ray.
Yeah, sweet. He couldn't get right for shit, but he's still good though. They made it work.
Yeah, I mean, he leveled up in the final fight though was dope, yo.
I was laughing when he put the tennis ball on the tennis ball routine. I was like, I'm waiting for it to hit him in the head, wait for it to hit him in the head, and sure enough, bam! That shit had me dying.
That shit was hilarious. Like,
yeah, so I mean, that's the sign of a good movie that we can actually relate to these characters. We can actually like remember these characters. Usually characters in the martial art films, like they're not always that fleshed out in this.
They don't get fleshed out.
Yeah, they're never that fleshed out. So,
the messages were good in the movie, and they didn't come across corny.
Right.
That's what I liked about it. Like he was really trying to make them great, like upstanding pillars of the community, like real like, dope citizens. And I like that aspect because I feel like it's missing in a lot of movies. Like just in real life, like people just do shit and they don't think about nobody else or putting anybody else on or just just looking out. So I like that whole thing that he stressed to him, and it just worked. It was a damn good movie, man.
Yeah, the only thing in the movie I honestly I know I did not like was Danny's little thing with his ex-wife or whatever. I felt like that was just, I mean that part was that could have been nailed in maybe 5-10 minutes max. Instead of going
I see what they was doing. Some of that shit was cringe, but I get it because at least they made it work at the end. Like I feel like they resolved it because I mean it's a real conversation. Like I feel it. Like,
yeah, I mean, in the context though, I like how they did with the son because the son trying to spend some time, and then the son has the bully incident, and then he didn't want to teach his son gung fu until finally I think after some time, especially after the final fight, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna teach my son how to do this, like, to pass down traditions, like, that he had a responsibility to do that, and that could have easily, that could have been corny, like that shit would have never, that shit would have never come off correct, but it did.
He had to man up to his damn bitch ass ex-wife, like,
yeah.
So he had to really, he had to set her straight on that shit, and. And like it showed he having a backbone and just like I don't know, it was a good vibe, good message. Like I love that shit. Like,
yeah, no.
And you come from a home where your parents always arguing and they broken up and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you hear that shit all the time. Or, like, you know, we gonna do this, and then motherfucker don't do nothing for you, or you know, shit like that. So,
Right.
yeah, I felt it. Like they captured that shit good.
Yeah, I mean, it was, but I was like, I just wish, I mean, it wasn't it wasn't that much part of the story like it was in the movie. But I mean, that's it. I mean, it's minor. I mean, it's minor.
Yeah, because they brought it up early, and then it feel like you had a whole movie, and then it kind of came about at the end again.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I see what y'all did there, but yeah, like it almost could have seemed like it could have been broken up more, or I don't know, like I don't think it takes away from the movie, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
My only gripe is why did the light skinned dude turn to Tyron Woodley when he was grown up? I'm just saying, I don't know. It just kind of threw me off because, you know, I have a rule. I like to see at least one brother in a movie or so, at least. You know what I mean? But that was just kind of, I was like, what the fuck? This nigga looking like me, LB, or King Pete's complexion, and he's looking like a Tyron Woodley's little brother or some shit.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, I don't know who was doing the casting on that. That was like maybe that was the biggest noticeable hiccup.
Yeah, that's what that stood out to me as well.
yeah, I mean, it was funny, you know. I mean, that was kind of funny, but I didn't question all that much. I'm like, you know, maybe this nigga was out in the sun too long. You know, it happens.
I'm like, at least show the dude having a construction job, but he's in a damn AC field gym. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had the hard life out of them. Like,
He did,
Seems like it, yeah.
you know. But yeah,
kept his ass in shape though.
yeah. But at least now, I mean, it would have been too much of a negative if, you know, the adult version, you know, of dude was like, you know, if he couldn't act, or he took away from the movie, which he did. Like, dude killed his part. So
He was he's actually pretty good.
yeah. So I mean, but yeah, like, I mean, definitely, you know, definitely fully recommend this movie. So obviously now we gotta get down to our ratings and stuff, man. You know, rate from 1 to 10. P, let you go first, bro. 1 to 10. What do you give this movie?
I give it a 9. Hit on every level. Damn, it's funny, action, you know, good story. It was some cringeworthy moments, but overall it was really, really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. I would definitely watch it again.
That's what it is. Hey, yo, Pilot, what about you?
I'll give it an 8. Excuse me. I'll give it an 8. I did like off the onset at the beginning. It showed it being set in Seattle because that Chinatown scene in the beginning, I kind of just picked it up right away. So that was cool. Could relate in that sense. Gave me a little vibes of I don't know if you remember the childhood movie Three Ninjas.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like, you know,
That's a hot box classic over here.
Classic, you know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Carter was hilarious in it. There were some forced jokes with the they tried to force too many jokes with the other dude with the wig and shit, the toupee. But you know, I mean, it was relatable.
Great value,
you know,
Samo.
kept my attention. I definitely recommend watching it, and you know, if it comes on again while I'm watching TV, no doubt I'd watch it again. Yeah.
That's what it is. Hey, LB, man, what's your score, bro?
Damn, honestly, I keep going back and forth between 9 and 10. Like, it's that type of movie for me. If I nitpick it, it's a 9. But if I just take it at face value and just enjoyed everything, which I did, yeah, little minor things, but nothing really taken away from the movie. So,
Right.
I give it a 10. It's a masterpiece for what it's trying to do. Like it did everything it set out it was trying to do, and I can't really, unless you have something glaringly fucking up, I can't really, you know, I can't really, you know, take away. You don't have no, I like what girls like scene. You don't have no, no type of Volume 1 Jay-Z
Right.
type of track that fuck up the movie and the music for the movie, cinematography, everything. So yeah, you know, fuck it, I give it a 10.
Oh, that's what it is.
Definitely recommend. I don't think anybody could rate it lower than an 8.
Nah. my score is a 9 and stuff. It's a very strong 9 too. Like I said, like the flaws in it definitely didn't take away from the movie, at all. Like I said, everything about it hit on a level that I didn't think it would hit it. But everything about it was just like the story was dope. The characters were dope. And like I appreciate, you can tell like they actually did their own stunt work, and they did, and then they did everything to make it look more authentic in terms of traditions, as well as paying homage to martial art movies of the past. So definitely a strong 9 on that one. So yeah, fully recommend this. Like anyone. And it's out too. I know it's getting, it has great buzz. So if you see it in your movie theater or in any other means, I'm pretty sure this will probably be Netflix or Amazon or whatever will probably throw it on there at some point. But if you happen to come across it in any fashion, go ahead and watch it. You will not be disappointed.
Watch it with your whole family.
I also heard it was interesting. I had heard that because I was reading a little more into like the making of it, and I heard it was such a fight to get, because Hollywood wanted the main guy to not be Asian, like they wanted the main character to be white, and and they would only offer them $4 million, and they I guess Hollywood said, well, put Nick Cage in and I'll give you $4 million for the movie. And then he was shopping it everywhere else, but they didn't like it because it was too much stereotypes with Kung Fu and Asians. And it was just like, oh my gosh. Like,
they were going to ruin the movie. They was going to give you a movie that was going to be like a 6 or a 7. And you was going to say, it had potential. I'm glad that didn't fuck it up and they gave us a great movie.
Yeah, that's the issue with martial art movies. Hollywood has a history of trying to whiten up martial art movies to a degree.
It's disgusting actually. They did that shit with fucking Bruce Lee. Come on,
David Carradine, who couldn't do martial arts worth a damn. And I'll say,
shout out Rome, top 5. I see you in there.
Salute Rome. Rest in peace, Floyd's hat.
Salute the Henny God Slick. Okay.
Salute.
I'm sorry about that. But yeah, you absolutely right, man. David Carradine and Kung Fu and all that shit.
Yeah, and sometimes when they get the ones that can actually do it, like the cat that did Perfect Weapon, then they kill.
Oh my. Perfect Weapon's a classic. Like you brought that.
Chuck Speakman, like that dude was.
That was that dude, yo.
Yeah, and then for some reason they kill his career. And it's like, yo, every time you find a white dude that can actually do the shit, they kill his fucking career. For some reason.
I get it sometimes, but certain movies just don't work like that. And when you have a guy who could play that role, it's like you give him the B level treatment. So. Right. It's like, what do you want? Like, are you going to give an Asian actor or some minorities A-level treatment and let them tell their story? Or are you going to get a damn great value B-level white person to do it who's capable of it, but then you fuck it up and you fuck up the presentation? So,
yeah,
which one is it? Like, you going to give us Don the Dragon Wilson? Or you going to give us David Carradine? You give us Paper Tigers? Or you going to give us Jeff Speakman? Don't make it fucking mind.
Yeah, no, it's really disgusting, and it's sad that this is still a thing in 2021.
My! And it came out during this whole Stop Asian bullshit movement.
The whole.
We know that's propaganda, but you would think and it's crazy how that movement's going on. But the story King Pete that just said that should even be more known. I didn't even want to look into more of that. That's the type of shit going on behind the scenes.
It's fucking terrible. It's really disgusting. Hollywood needs to get better on. Hollywood needs to get better in terms of has to learn how to understand an audience. For certain.
And y'all had Carter. Genres. Was that putting Carter and making him be who he was in the movie? I hope that answered some of it.
Oh man.
Damn, so they try to do the white savior even in fucking Asian kung fu movies, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the problem is, unfortunately, now there's a lot of, you see a lot of instances of like, now it's become a thing of like Asians. There's a lot of Asians trying to shy away from kung fu and martial arts because it's too stereotypical, even though it's part of Asian culture.
That shit's weak, man. Rep your shit and let these motherfuckers tell you, what's stereotype and whatnot. Like,
I mean, I get it, because I mean, there's a lot of Asians that get mad. It was like, oh, we're not all good at math. Like, I get it, but
it's bullshit. Fucking good enough. I ain't never met no Asian that wasn't good at math. Fuck all that. I'll be honest.
That may be facts too.
Like I haven't, like, shit. And I'm in South Florida where you come in between, you'll come in contact with fucking anybody.
True. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, when I have my degrees, there were a lot of Asians in those classes, especially them 400, 500 level classes. Good lord.
Yeah, motherfuckers getting mad at good stereotypes. Come on.
Sensitivity, man. You just don't know what people are saying about these. This is 2021, but yeah, no, Hollywood. Yeah, you need to get better. So thankfully, they didn't cave into the pressure, and then we got a very well done movie that was authentic. So yeah, definitely thumbs up for this. And then everyone would say, if you see it, go watch it. You will not be disappointed.
Facts.
So